The information in this video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. Hiking and outdoor activities involve inherent risks, including injury or death. Always exercise caution, stay on marked trails, and assess conditions before proceeding. The creator assumes no responsibility for any harm, injuries, or damages that may occur. Viewers follow this guide at their own risk. Sahalie and Koosah Falls on the McKenzie River in Oregon's Willamette National Forest are located just 35 miles from Sisters, or about 70 miles from Eugene. This is one of Oregon's most beautiful places, and honestly, I think it might be my favorite spot in the entire state. Two incredible waterfalls along one of the bluest rivers I've ever seen. Sahalie Falls plunges 75 feet over a rugged basalt cliff into a misty, mossy basin, while Koosah Falls, also about 75 feet tall, tumbles over a broad, undercut basalt shelf into a vibrant blue plunge pool below. Join me as we explore the trail, the incredible McKenzie River, and these two amazing waterfalls. Sahalie and Koosah Falls are located along Central Oregon's McKenzie Highway, just down the road from each other. Both have their own parking lots, so you can visit either individually if you'd like. Koosah Falls has a smaller parking area, while Sahalie Falls has a larger one, with some extra space along the road. That said, Sahalie's parking is right along the highway and is more popular, while fewer people seem to know about the Koosah lot. So if Sahalie Falls is packed, try driving down to Koosah Falls and starting there. This hike can be done from either falls. In this guide, I'll start at Sahalie Falls and take the short out and back trail to Koosah Falls, which is about 1 mile round trip. There's also a longer 2.4-mile loop hike that connects the two, and I highly recommend doing it if you have the time and energy. But today, I'll be focusing on the shorter and easier hike, which takes you to both waterfalls and along one of the most beautiful sections of the McKenzie River. I'll also point out a few extra stops along the way that you might not notice otherwise. The parking area at Sahalie Falls is a good size and can hold roughly 20 cars, with overflow parking along the highway if it's full. There's space for 1 or 2 RVs, and you'll find 2 vault toilets and an informational kiosk here as well. The short paved walk to the viewpoint is just a couple hundred feet. There's a set of stairs that goes directly down, or an accessible ramp that curves through the forest, which is an easier and more scenic route. Even before you reach the viewpoint, you'll likely notice the mist in the air, and then suddenly, the waterfall reveals itself. Sahalie Falls plunges about 75 feet from a basalt cliff, sending a massive rush of water into a misty, boulder-strewn basin below. Surrounded by thick moss, towering evergreens, and the roar of the falls, it's an awe-inspiring sight. The name Sahalie comes from the Chinook jargon word for heaven or high, which couldn't be more fitting. The landscape here was formed roughly 3,000 years ago, when lava from the Sand Mountain eruption poured down the McKenzie River Valley, creating the basalt shelves that now form these incredible cascades. If you're up for a short adventure, you can go around the fence on either side of the main viewpoint and follow unmarked trails that lead closer to the base of the falls. These paths are a bit rough and can be wet or slippery, so proceed at your own risk. The left side in particular has some sharper drop-offs, so please be cautious. If you do decide to go down, you'll be rewarded with an exhilarating experience. The mist will drench you in seconds, but it's incredibly refreshing on a warm day. Standing surrounded by moss and grass, with this massive waterfall crashing in front of you, is unforgettable. If you explore a bit downstream from the viewpoint, you'll also find some beautiful spots along the river. The McKenzie's crystal clear blue water flows through the lava rock in a series of smaller cascades, and the views downriver are spectacular. You can't go too far, but it's absolutely worth checking out. Just remember to watch your step. Falling in here could be fatal. Before you leave Sahalie Falls, I suggest taking the short trail up to the top of the waterfall. If you walk back toward the parking area, you'll see the trail continuing up through the woods on the left. It's a short climb through shaded forest, and at the top there's a fenced overlook with a great view of the falls from above. Here, you can really appreciate the sheer force of the McKenzie River as it races over the edge. Right behind this viewpoint is a small cove where the water swirls calmly before pouring over the brink. For how powerful this section of the river is, it's surprisingly peaceful right here. A beautiful little spot to sit, take a breath, and enjoy the sound of the rushing water. When you're ready to move on, head back down to the main viewpoint and take the stairs at the far end that lead to the river trail. This section is a lot of fun. The trail winds down through the forest, switching between small staircases and dirt paths, with the roaring blue river just off to your right. Every few steps brings a new perspective, and every bit of it is beautiful. Toward the bottom of the stairs, you'll notice a small side area where people often wander out to the edge. It's a point that juts into the river, with a small alcove below where the water swirls in circles. The view upstream from here is incredible. You can see the McKenzie River framed by towering old-growth trees, with the vibrant blue water winding through mossy rocks. In the distance, a smaller cascade drops into the canyon, and if you look closely, you can even see the mist from Sahalie Falls drifting through the air. It's easily one of the most photogenic river scenes in Oregon. Just be careful here. The edges are uneven, and the drop-offs can be steep. Continue down the trail, and you'll cross through a mix of short climbs and descents, all the while staying close to the river. Every bend offers another postcard view. The McKenzie is so clear and so vividly blue that it hardly looks real. Even though this section is only about half a mile, I often take an hour or more just because I keep stopping to take photos and videos and admire the views. Before reaching Koosah Falls, there's a large, unnamed cascade along the way that's worth stopping at. You'll see it first from above. It's the biggest along this stretch of river, and I can't believe it doesn't have a name. Watching the power of the water as it pours down over the lava rock ledge is mesmerizing. A bit farther downstream, the river cuts into a deep, narrow trench, and the blue color here is absolutely unreal. Before long, you'll arrive at Koosah Falls. The first viewpoint puts you right above the falls, where the McKenzie River suddenly plunges about 75 feet into a deep turquoise pool below. There's a bench here if you'd like to sit and take it in for a while. Continue down the trail to the left for more views of the river and the falls. Eventually, you'll reach a fork. Stairs on the right lead down to the main viewpoint, while the path to the left takes you to the Koosah Falls parking area, which has restrooms, a picnic table, and more informational signage. Both are short walks, so you can easily see both areas. At the main viewpoint, you'll find benches and a great view of the falls framed by moss-covered rock and ferns. Some trees have grown up and now partially obscure it, but it's still an incredible scene to sit and enjoy. During spring and early summer, Koosah Falls forms a single wide curtain of white water. Later in the year, as the river's flow lowers, it often splits into two streams, creating a striking double cascade. The word Koosah means sky in Chinook jargon, and it fits perfectly. The open view, the mist catching the light, and the rainbow that sometimes appears across the canyon. After you've taken in the view from the main overlook, there's one more easily accessible spot that I highly recommend visiting. From here, take the trail that climbs up behind the benches. When you reach the top, continue straight along the path for a minute or two, and you'll come to a narrow set of stairs leading down to a small, tucked-away viewing platform. While this is the smallest viewpoint along the trail, it offers the most spectacular perspective. From here, you get a perfect head-on view straight up the canyon toward Koosah Falls. The surrounding cliffs form a natural amphitheater carved from ancient lava. The deep blue waters plunge powerfully into the basin below, sending ripples of white across the turquoise surface as the river winds its way downstream. It's one of those scenes that feels almost cinematic, like you've stepped into a living painting of Oregon's wild beauty. Now, I want to share two lesser-known areas nearby that are absolutely worth seeing if you're comfortable with a little extra effort. From the upper trail near the sign marked Waterfall Trail, follow the direction toward Carmen Reservoir. After a few minutes, you'll notice a steep spur trail dropping down toward the river. This is entirely at your own risk. It's steep and can be slick, so use good judgment. If it looks too dangerous or you're unsure, it's best not to attempt it. But if you do decide to go down and it feels safe enough, you'll be rewarded with one of the most beautiful spots I've ever seen in Oregon. It feels as if God himself carved out this spot just for viewing the falls. Fallen trees frame Koosah Falls perfectly in the distance. The McKenzie River wraps around the viewpoint, and the water here glows in shades of blue that seem almost unreal. The river flows around mossy rocks and logs, and the sound of the water echoing through the canyon is just incredible. The views down the river are equally beautiful, with the vibrant water snaking its way through the forest. It's an amazing place to take photos, or simply to stand quietly and take it all in. If you head back up to the main trail and continue a few hundred feet farther down, there's another spur trail that's not nearly as steep. Follow this one down to the river, and you'll come out onto a rocky clearing along the river's edge. In front of you is a sheer basalt cliff. Downriver, you'll see fallen trees across the canyon, and to your right, a small cascade flows around a large log in one of its most brilliantly blue sections. Looking upstream, you can see the area you were just at, with a single tree bending gracefully over the water. The way it frames the river looks almost otherworldly. This is another perfect spot to sit, relax, and enjoy the peace and beauty of the McKenzie. After exploring these areas, you can either continue along the trail to complete the 2.4-mile loop back to Sahalie Falls, or simply retrace your steps along the river for the shorter return. Either way, it's beautiful the entire way back. Sahalie and Koosah Falls, in my opinion, are two of the most beautiful places in all of Oregon. The combination of two stunning waterfalls, the electric blue McKenzie River, and the ancient old-growth forest that surrounds it feels like stepping into another world. Every time I come here, I'm in awe all over again. If you get the chance, I highly recommend visiting this incredible place for yourself. And if you'd like to see what it looks like covered in snow, be sure to check out my Koosah Falls winter video for tips and footage of this same area during the winter months. This stretch of the McKenzie River truly captures the magic of Oregon. Wild, vibrant, peaceful, and unforgettable.